Good morning, class. Now, the next topic is resonance. See, students, the phenomena of resonance was put forward by Heisenberg to explain the properties of certain molecules. It's often observed that a single Lewis structure is not adequate for the representation of a molecule in agreement with its experimentally determined parameters. For example, in the case of ozone, each oxygen atom has an octet of electrons. According to this structure, there is one single bond and one double bond in the molecule. The normal oxygen oxygen single bond and oxygen oxygen double bond lengths are 148 picometers and 121 picometers respectively. According to above structures, we will expect the true bond length in ozone molecules to be unequal, but experimentally it's observed that both the bond lengths are equal, and that is 128 picometers. And the bonds are intermediate between single and double bond, so we can say means neither of the bond length is 148 picometer nor is 121 picometers, rather it's equal, that is 128 picometers. So this means that above Lewis structure does not account for the observed experimental facts. To solve this problem, then an alternative structure may be drawn as this one, this. In this case, the double bond and the single bond are interchanged. It can be here also, it can be here also. But none of these two structures explain the observed facts. So it is proposed that the actual structure is in between these two structures. That is this. Clear? In between these two structures. In such a case, we say that the actual structure is a resonance hybrid of these two structures. So the individual structures are called as resonance structures or contributing structures. And when a molecule cannot be represented by a single structure, but its characteristic properties can be described by two or more than two structure, then the actual structure is said to be the resonance hybrid. Like in case of ozone, these are the resonance structure and this is the resonance hybrid. Double bond can be here also, double bond can be here also. There are some conditions for writing resonating structure. The first condition is that the contributing structures would have same atomic position. We cannot change the position of the atoms. Like here oxygen is here, carbon is here. So carbon will be here in this structure also and oxygen will be here in this structure also. We cannot exchange their positions. The contributing structures should have same number of unpaired electrons. If you see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Here also 16, here also 16. In all these three structures, we are having 16 unpaired electrons. The number will not change in any of the resonating structure. The contributing structures should have nearly same structure. All these energy structures should have nearly same structures. The structure should be so written that negative charge is present on an electronegative element and positive charge should be present on electropositive atom. Whenever we write the structure, if there are two charges, so negative charge will come on electronegative, which is more electronegative, and the positive charge will come on the electropositive atom. In contributing structures, the like charges should not reside on adjacent atoms. Like if there is carbon and there is suppose oxygen uh, adjacent to carbon, so both cannot acquire negative charge and both cannot acquire the positive charge. So like charges should not reside on adjacent atoms, there should be alternative charges. Yeah. Now let's see some of the structures, some of the resonating structures I mean to say. This is the structure of ozone, which I have explained you. Now let's see the structure of carbon dioxide. We know this is the actual Lewis-Dot structure of carbon dioxide. Here we are having double bond, four lone pair of electrons, and here also four lone pair of electrons. So what we can do this double bond? this double bond can break, you know, and can go here in the form of lone pair. When this double bond will break and will go here in the form of lone pair, then what will happen? This pair of these electrons of lone pair will come and form a bond here. So here we will have triple bond, and here we are having single bond. Because here we are having single bond, so 6 electrons, and here we are having triple bond, so 2 electrons. When we have 6 electrons, when oxygen form only one bond, it have negative charge, and one oxygen forms 3 bonds, means have 2 electrons of lone pair, it have positive charge. So overall charge on the atom will be 0. But these, we are having these two different structure. This double bond, this triple bond can be here also, and here also we can have the single bond. So in this way we will have three structures, three resonating structures of carbon dioxide. So what I want to say, that we expect a double bond between carbon and oxygen atoms otherwise, but experimentally it is determined that carbon to oxygen bond length in carbon dioxide molecule is 115 picometers, but the normal carbon oxygen double bond length is 122 picometers, and carbon oxygen triple bond length is 110 picometers. So it means that carbon bond or carbon oxygen bond in carbon dioxide molecule is in between double and triple bond, and that is 115 picometers. So obviously a single structure cannot depict the two structure of the molecule, and then it is necessary to write more than one Lewis structures. Therefore, the structure of carbon dioxide is best described as a resonance hybrid of following these three conical forms. If I take one more example, suppose carbon monoxide. Now we are having the structure of carbon monoxide. Generally, we form the Lewis dot structure of carbon monoxide like this: triple bond here, 2 electrons, and here also 2 electrons, because carbon is having 2 electrons, and it is forming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 electrons are here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So because oxygen is forming triple bond, so there will be positive charge, and here because carbon is forming triple bond, so there will be negative charge, because the maximum covalency of carbon is 4 and the maximum covalency of oxygen is 2. You know? So that is why, and it is here, it is having 1, 2, 3 bonds the carbon is forming, and one, it's showing 5 covalency here, so that is why it is having negative charge. And because oxygen, the maximum covalency of oxygen is 6, and here is the covalency of oxygen is 5, so that is why it is having one positive charge, and the overall charge on carbon monoxide is 0. Now what can happen, this bond can break down, can break and come here in the form of lone pair. So this will be the structure then. Carbon, 2 electrons, 2 lone pair of electrons like this, and because one bond in between, the one bond from in between has broken down, and 2 electrons of that bonds are come came the 2 electrons of bond are here on the oxygen. So this will be the structure, because 4 electrons are here, means oxygen is showing 6 covalency here. The maximum covalency of oxygen is 6 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is why there will be no charge, and the uh, carbon is showing 4 covalency here, so that is why also there is no charge, and this can be the resonating structure, or the two bonds can break down and can come here in the form of lone pairs. This can also be the structure. In that case, carbon is having 1, 2, 3, 4 electrons only. The octet of carbon is not complete, but the maximum covalency of carbon is 3 here. Here. So what will happen there? There will be positive charge, and oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The covalency of oxygen is 7 here. 6 electrons are here, and one is in lone pair, so that is why there will be one negative charge. So this and these are the resonating structures of carbon monoxide. And how we will form the hybrid of carbon monoxide? Like this: carbon, and then single bond oxygen, and then dot 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 dot, plus charge can be here also, and can be here also, minus charge can be here also and here also, so we will not draw any charges. So this will become the hybrid of carbon monoxide. Now sulfur dioxide, see, there is a double bond, there is single bond. So double bond can come here also and can here also. So how we will make the hybrid? Sulfur, then oxygen, and then oxygen, then double bond we will represent on both the sides with the help of dot structure. So that will be the resonating hybrid of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur trioxide, there is one double bond and two single bonds. This double bond can come here also and this double bond can come here also. So these all three are the resonating structures, and how we will form the hybrid, that is sulfur, all three bonds with oxygen, and then we will make a double bond at all the three places with the help of dots. So that will be the resonating hybrid structure of sulfur trioxide. So in this way, we can make the structure. See, carbon monoxide. This is the resonating structure. This is also the resonating structure. Like bond can come here also, and this double bond can come here also, and this will become the hybrid. All three single bonds and double bond can be here also, can be here also, and can be here also. This is the resonating hybrid, and these are the resonating structures which explain all the characters of carbonate ion. So these are some of the resonating structure. This is of carbonate ion, this is of NO2 minus, and this is of nitrous oxide. Clear? So there will be the exchange of charges and exchange of lone pairs and bonds. Clear? You know, this lone pair is breaking and come here, so here will be triple bond. So when there will be triple bond, then what will happen? This bond will break and the lone pair will, that electrons will come here in the form of lone pair, so here it will have negative charge, and because it is showing 1 2 3 4 5 covalency, so there will be no charge. Here it is showing 1 2 3 4 covalency, so there will be positive charge. Clear? इसकी कोवेलेंसी जितनी चाहिए थी उतनी है, इसकी जितनी चाहिए थी उससे एक कम है तो पॉजिटिव चार्ज, और इसकी जितनी चाहिए थी 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 उससे एक ज़्यादा है तो नेगेटिव चार्ज. क्लियर? एंड अदरवाइज ऑल्सो हमारा जो कंपाउंड है वो तो न्यूट्रल हो ही जाएगा. इस तरीके से हम चार्जेस को मूव करके या फिर डबल बॉन्ड और लोन पेयर के इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को मूव करके, मीन्स वेयर देयर इज कॉन्जुगेशन, लाइक डबल बॉन्ड प्लस चार्ज, डबल बॉन्ड लोन पेयर, ये कॉन्जुगेट बन जाता है. मीन्स ऑल्टरनेट पोजीशन पर हमारे पास अलग अलग चीज़ें हैं. यहाँ पे डबल बॉन्ड है, यहाँ पर सॉरी पॉजिटिव चार्ज है, यहाँ पे डबल बॉन्ड है, यहाँ पे लोन पेयर है. तो इस तरीके के जो स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं वो हमारा क्या शो करती हैं? रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स शो करती है. यानी रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स बनाने के लिए कुछ कंडीशंस हमारे पास ज़रूरी होती हैं. ठीक है ना? क्या है वो कंडीशन? कि रेजोनेंस जो है इसमें कंजुगेशन हो, या तो डबल बॉन्ड सिंगल बॉन्ड एंड पॉजिटिव चार्ज हो ऑल्टरनेट पोजीशन पर, या फिर डबल बॉन्ड सिंगल बॉन्ड एंड लोन पेयर हो ऑल्टरनेट पोजीशंस पर, या फिर डबल बॉन्ड लोन पेयर डबल बॉन्ड सिंगल बॉन्ड और फ्री रेडिकल. आप लोग पढ़ेंगे इसके बारे में. होता है फ्री रेडिकल क्या होता है इन ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री, वो हो ऑल्टरनेट पोजीशन पर, या फिर डबल बॉन्ड सिंगल बॉन्ड डबल बॉन्ड ये हो ऑल्टरनेट पोजीशन पर. तो अगर इस तरीके से ऑल्टरनेट पोजीशंस पर हमें ये सब चीज़ें मिलती हैं तो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज कॉन्जुगेशन. तो रेजोनेंस स्ट्रक्चर्स तभी बनती हैं, तभी पॉसिबल होती हैं जब कॉन्जुगेशन हो उनके बीच में. ठीक है ना? तो ये एज आई टोल्ड यू हाइपोथेटिकल है. इसका कुछ भी इस तरीके से कुछ एविडेंस नहीं है कि ऐसा होता ही है, बट बिकॉज एक स्ट्रक्चर से प्रॉपर्टीज एक्सप्लेन नहीं हो पा रही थी, तो हमारे जो साइंटिस्ट हैं उन्होंने बोला कि शायद इस तरीके से जो पाई इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं हमारे वो डीलोकलाइज हो सकते हैं, यानी एक जगह से दूसरी जगह घूम सकते हैं. दे आर फ्री बिकॉज, तो एक जगह रहते हैं, कभी कभी दूसरी जगह रहते हैं, जिससे उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज दोनों बॉन्ड्स में थोड़ी थोड़ी आ जाती हैं, जिससे बॉन्ड लेंथ भी चेंज होती है एंड अलॉन्ग विद बॉन्ड लेंथ और प्रॉपर्टीज भी चेंज हो जाती हैं. सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ दीज रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स हम क्या कर सकते हैं? हम एक इनकी जो प्रॉपर्टीज हैं सारी उनको एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं. सो व्हाट आर द बेसिकली द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ रेजोनेंस? दैट इज the contributing structures do not have real existence, as I've told you, but these are imaginary, proposed to explain the properties of molecule. Only the resonance hybrid has a real existence. जो भी जिसका हाइब्रिड होगा, लाइक इसका हाइब्रिड स्ट्रक्चर ये है, इसका हाइब्रिड स्ट्रक्चर ये है, तो इसकी रियल एग्जिस्टेंस है. बाकी जो जितनी भी स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं दीज आर hypothetical structures. The bond length in a resonating structure become equal. For example, oxygen bond in O3, हमने क्या बोला था कि सबकी जो बॉन्ड लेंथ है वो इक्वल हो जाएगी, और इक्वल होके कितनी हो जाएगी? वो 128 पिकोमीटर्स. तो किसी की भी चाहे डबल बॉन्ड हो चाहे सिंगल बॉन्ड हो, सबकी बॉन्ड लेंथ क्या होती है, इक्वल हो जाती है। क्लियर? जैसे in benzene all the carbon carbon bonds are having the same bond length. So the resonance hybrid has lower energy and thus greater stability. जो भी हमारा रेजोनेंस हाइब्रिड है उसकी जो एनर्जी है वो इन सब से कम होगी, इसीलिए इसकी जो स्टेबिलिटी है जो ये सबसे ज़्यादा होगी। ग्रेटर इज द रेजोनेंस एंड रेजोनेंस एनर्जी, ग्रेटर इज द स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल। जिसकी रेजोनेंस जितनी ज़्यादा होगी या रेजोनेंस एनर्जी जितनी ज़्यादा होगी, वो कंपाउंड की स्टेबिलिटी भी उतनी ही ज़्यादा होगी। एंड द कंसेप्ट ऑफ रेजोनेंस इज अ थ्योरेटिकल कंसेप्ट। रेजोनेंस एनर्जी हम कैसे निकालते हैं? रेजोनेंस एनर्जी इज इक्वल टू एक्चुअल बॉन्ड एनर्जी माइनस द एनर्जी ऑफ मोस्ट स्टेबल ऑफ रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर। जो एक्चुअल बॉन्ड एनर्जी है इनकी और जो मोस्ट स्टेबल रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर है उसकी जो एनर्जी है उसको जब सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देंगे तो हमें रेजोनेंस एनर्जी मिल जाती है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल द रेजोनेंस एनर्जी ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज 138 किलो जूल पर मोल। तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि the actual molecule of carbon dioxide is about 138 kilojoule more stable than the most stable structure among the contributing structures। ठीक है, ये हमें पता होना चाहिए। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट रेजोनेंस स्ट्रक्चर। स्टूडेंट्स इसकी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे आप एंड देन वी विल डिस्कस द प्रॉब्लम्स आल्सो in our next class. Okay.